running back. Your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Saints and the Dolphins. Next on Madden NFL 25.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right?
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule.
Let's go. Smash, smash. Reload, reload.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Miami. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. A run straight ahead with Achane. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Option handoff now to Achane. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Achane here, they stay on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. And you look at this Saints defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And last week, that was one of those games that he just wants to erase from his memory banks. But I'll guarantee his coaching staff won't let him do it. They're going to make him learn from it. He really looked like a rookie quarterback in that one. He's going to have those kind of outings in year one. But the big question, what does he take away from them, and how does he improve? It starts right here in this game.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And oh, he spins past him and into space. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Let's go now.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get a couple yards on that one. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now Wilson. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go. Here we go.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And now look at this. big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Saints offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. He is the NFL's leader in rushing yards to this point in the season. And if he can replicate or even surpass the production that he had over the first half of the year, he's going to have a good chance to take home the title. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Second down and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
The Saints had 1-7 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Try to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there, doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there, going to set him up with first and goal from very short range.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great effort there. With his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Saints have taken the lead.
Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time of the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
Come on, set up.
Here's Wilson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go.
Now it's Wilson.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you
think.
mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
It's Hill, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. To throw again is Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From 3 yards out.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Saints offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll set up a throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Four receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. They'll throw now on the final play. He lets it go deep for Olave. That is incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
Inside the 20. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And they'll run again. And he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
Offensively, not what they wanted there, but hey, you can kick the field goal here and take the lead.
Felt like a little bit of a statement stop, didn't it? You know, made a big play right there. Okay, guess what? Ball's in your court, guys. What are you going to do? Myself, I kick the field goal, get the 3, and take the lead.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Saints have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Play action. Now Wilson. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Wilson. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Barker. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level.
He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane. 41 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 21. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Looking to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And out across midfield down to the 45. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick slant to Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Little short pass here to Hill.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. He'll drop to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The drive will start with an option going left. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run for it with Achane. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Barker. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Up the middle, Achane. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's first and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it first and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Now Achane on first and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Here's second down. Achane on the counter.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Sanders is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a 3-point kick. Now you give him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Here's first and goal.
Ready, go, go!
Achane will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with the touchdown run to take the lead.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down 28-21, 65 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up first and 10. Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up
False
front.
start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Penalties not what they needed here. 1st and 15.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Here's 1st down.
Back to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game.
Victory very likely now for the Dolphins as they take a knee here. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominant.